That red candy you're eating. It's dyed with crushed bugs, thousands of them, ground into a fine powder, added to your yogurt, strawberry milkshake, and red velvet cake, just like honey never spoils. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs. They tasted it. It was fine. The most expensive coffee in the world comes from poop. Animal poop. Collected, cleaned, and sold for $600 a pound. Today, we're counting down 10 food facts that will ruin your appetite or blow your mind. You've been warned. Let's get into it. Number 10. Red food coloring comes from crushed bugs, that red candy, that strawberry yogurt, that red velvet cake, the pink icing on your donut. It's probably dyed with cochineal extract, also known as carmine. Cochineal beetles live on cactus plants in South America. Farmers scrape them off, dry them, and crush them into a fine red powder. It takes about 70,000 bugs to make 1 pound of dye. The ingredient label might say, natural red number 4, or carmine. It sounds harmless. It's bugs. Carmine has been used for centuries. The Aztecs used it. The Spanish brought it to Europe. Today it's in everything from makeup to fruit juice. Vegetarians and vegans avoid it. Some people are allergic, but most of us eat bugs every day and never know it. That red candy? It's not strawberry, it's beetle. Number 9. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, not just old honey, 3,000-year-old honey, and it was still perfectly edible. Why doesn't honey spoil? 3 reasons. First, honey is mostly sugar. Bacteria and fungi can't grow in high-sugar environments. The water is chemically bound to the sugar, leaving nothing for microbes to drink. Second, honey is acidic. Its pH is between 3.5 and 5.5. Bacteria hate acid. Third, bees add an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide, the same stuff you put on cuts. Natural antibacterial. Honey found in ancient tombs has darkened, crystallized, and thickened, but it's still safe to eat. Scientists have tasted it. The oldest honey ever found is about 5,500 years old. From Georgia. Still theoretically edible. Honey doesn't expire. Your great-great-grandchildren could eat honey you buy today. Number 8. Cashews come from a toxic fruit. The cashew nut grows attached to a fruit called the cashew apple. The fruit is edible. The nut? Deadly. The cashew nut is surrounded by a shell containing urushiol, the same chemical in poison ivy. Touch it, and you get a painful blistering rash. Inhale the fumes, and you can have trouble breathing. That's why you never see raw cashews in stores. Every cashew you've ever eaten has been steamed or roasted to destroy the toxin. The shell is removed by workers wearing protective gear. The cashew apple, the fruit part, is juicy and sweet, but it's so fragile that it can't be shipped. In Brazil and India, people eat it fresh or make it into juice. The rest of the world only gets the nut. The cashew you eat is safe, but getting it to you requires poison-proof gloves and high heat. Number 7. White chocolate isn't technically chocolate. Real chocolate darker milk contains cocoa solids. That's the dark bitter part of the cocoa bean that gives chocolate its flavor and color. White chocolate has no cocoa solids. Zero. None. White chocolate is made from cocoa butter, the fat from the cocoa bean mixed with sugar, milk solids, and vanilla. It's basically sweetened fat. In the United States, white chocolate is legally allowed to be called chocolate, but only if it contains at least 20% cocoa butter. In other countries, regulations are stricter. The invention of white chocolate was accidental. Nestlé created it in the 1930s to use up excess cocoa butter. It tastes sweet. It melts beautifully. But it's not chocolate, it's chocolate adjacent. Number 6. The most expensive coffee in the world comes from poop. It's called Kopi Luwak, and it costs up to $600 per pound. Here's how it works. Asian palm civets, small cat-like animals, eat coffee cherries. The cherries pass through their digestive system. Enzymes break down the fruit. The coffee beans come out the other end. Workers collect the beans from civet poop, clean them, roast them, and sell them. The digestive process supposedly changes the flavor. Less bitter, smoother, more expensive. A single cup of Kopi Luwak can cost $80 in a coffee shop, and you're drinking beans that pass through an animal's intestines. The demand has created problems. Wild civets are being captured and caged, force-fed coffee cherries. Animal welfare groups have condemned the practice. Some farms now claim to be ethical, but it's hard to verify. The world's most expensive coffee, made from poop, collected by hand. Number 5. Ketchup was once sold as medicine. In the 1830s, ketchup wasn't a condiment, it was a cure. An American physician named Dr. John Cook Bennett published a ketchup recipe and claimed it could cure indigestion, jaundice, diarrhea, and even baldness. Yes, baldness. Other doctors copied his recipe. Ketchup pills were sold across America. People believed tomatoes had medicinal properties. The problem: the ketchup was full of alcohol and sometimes drugs. Patients got drunk, not cured. By the 1850s, the medical community had debunked the claims, but the damage was done. Ketchup had become popular as a food. People liked the taste. They kept buying it, just not as medicine. Today, there's no scientific evidence that ketchup cures anything. But for 20 years, Americans took ketchup pills for baldness, and it didn't work. Number 4. Carrots weren't originally orange. Before the 17th century, carrots were purple, and white, and yellow, and red, but not orange. The orange carrot was created by Dutch farmers. They selectively bred purple and yellow carrots until they turned orange. Why? 2 theories. First, political propaganda. The Dutch royal family, the House of Orange, was in power. Orange carrots became a symbol of national pride. The Dutch turned a vegetable into a patriotic statement. Second, taste. Orange carrots are sweeter and less bitter than purple ones. Farmers bred for flavor and got orange. Today, purple carrots still exist. You can buy them at farmers' markets, but 99% of the carrots sold worldwide are orange. Because of Dutch farmers in the 1600s, carrots aren't naturally orange. They were engineered by Dutch patriots. Number 3. The Caesar salad was invented in Mexico, not Italy. July 4, 1924, Tijuana, Mexico. Restaurant owner Cesar Cardini was overwhelmed with customers. The kitchen was running out of food. Cardini threw together the last remaining ingredients: romaine lettuce, olive oil, raw egg, Worcestershire sauce, Parmesan cheese, and croutons. He tossed it tableside for dramatic effect. Customers loved it. The Caesar salad was born in Mexico by an Italian immigrant. Cardini never called it Caesar's salad. Customers did. The name stuck. Today, the Caesar salad is served in restaurants worldwide. Most people assume it's Italian. It's not. It's Mexican-American Italian. The original recipe had no anchovies. Worcestershire sauce contains anchovies, but Cardini didn't add extra. Modern versions added them later. The Caesar salad was a desperate improvisation by a tired chef, and it became one of the most famous salads in history. Number 2. Pound cake got its name from the recipe. 1 pound of butter, 1 pound of sugar, 1 pound of eggs, 1 pound of flour. No baking powder, no chemical leavening. Just 4 ingredients, equal weight. The recipe dates back to the 1700s. It was easy to remember 1 pound of everything. Bakers didn't need written recipes. Modern pound cakes are lighter. They use leavening agents. They add vanilla and salt. But the name remains. 1 pound of butter, 1 pound of sugar, 1 pound of eggs, 1 pound of flour. That's why it's called pound cake. Number 1. McDonald's once made bubblegum-flavored broccoli. In 2014, McDonald's tried to make broccoli taste like bubblegum to get kids to eat vegetables. The idea was simple: kids like candy. If broccoli tastes like candy, kids will eat broccoli. McDonald's spent months developing the recipe, but it failed spectacularly. Kids didn't like it. Parents didn't like it. No one asked for bubblegum-flavored vegetables. The project was scrapped. McDonald's also tried chocolate-flavored broccoli and ranch-flavored. None of them worked. A fast food giant spent millions trying to make broccoli taste like bubblegum, and the world said, "Please stop." Bubblegum broccoli. It existed, it was real, and it was terrible. 10 food facts that ruined your appetite. Red candy made from bugs, coffee from poop, cashews from a toxic fruit, broccoli that tasted like bubblegum. What ties them all together? The food you eat is stranger than you ever imagined, And some of it was never meant to be food at all. If you made it to the end, hit that like button, it helps more people discover how weird the food industry really is. Subscribe and ring the bell for more mind-blowing facts, hidden mysteries, and things you're not supposed to know. And hey, next time you eat red candy, just don't think about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.